Please stand. Her Excellency, the Right Honourable Dame Helen Winkelman, the Administrator for the Government.
Morangi ki mua ko te hāpai o ki muri. Kia tau I honga mana ki tanga ki rungi ki tēnā ki tēnā o tāta. He hōnore he prōria he mau ngāro mo ki runga ki te mata o te whenua. He whakaro pai ki ngā tangata katoa. Aro haina ngā teina me ngā tuakana e noho nei I rungi te whakaro o tahi pai mai.
E noho, please be seated.
I ngā mana, I ngā reo, I ngā iwi o ngā hui whā, tēnei aku mihi mahana ki a koutou. Nau mai, haere mai rā ki te whare kāwana, kia ora tātou katoa. Distinguished guests, as you may know, our Governor-General, the Right Honourable Dame Cindy Kittle, has been representing New Zealand at the state funeral for Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth in London. I'm proud to serve as the Administrator of the Government in Dame Cindy's absence. On behalf of the Governor-General, I welcome you all to Government House for this very special investiture ceremony. I'd like to particularly acknowledge Her Excellency Mrs. Dina Alsehi, Mr. Joe Harawira Kaumatua, Ms. Rānui Ngarimu Kuia. Today's recipients of royal honours are amongst the last to receive Her Majesty's approval, and it seems only fitting that you can be invested with your insignia in this week. Investiture ceremonies celebrate and affirm qualities cherished in our communities. Qualities Queen Elizabeth herself embodied throughout her life: selflessness, strength, and aroha. As we reflect on Queen Elizabeth's life of steadfast service, I invite you all to join me in observing a moment's silence in honour of Her Majesty. Thank you. Ms. Catriona McLeod will now summon the recipients and read their citations. After each recipient is honoured, I invite you all to join me in congratulating them.
Your Excellency, To receive the insignia of a Companion of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mr. John Monahan of Martinborough for services to the dairy industry. John Monahan was an inaugural Fonterra Shareholders Councillor from inception and later council chairman. He joined the board of directors, serving on a range of committees. During his tenure, Fonterra's China strategy built a $4 billion revenue business. Fonterra partnered with Silverfern Farms to establish Kotahi, aimed to advance New Zealand's export supply chain, and the cooperative created the Global Dairy Trade Auction Platform, establishing a transparent international pricing benchmark for the industry. Mr. Monahan went on to chair Fonterra, overseeing a reset of its strategy and culture and a global change management process. He was a director of Wellington Centrepoint Limited, chaired Eketahuna School's Board of Trustees, and is former club captain and junior side coach of the Eketahuna Rugby Club. Mr. John Monahan, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a Companion of the Queen's Service Order, Mr. Simon Manning of Paraparaumu, for services to funeral services and disaster victim identification. Simon Manning established Harbour City Funerals in Wellington. Following the 1979 Erebus tragedy, he was asked by the Funeral Directors Association of New Zealand, FDANZ, and New Zealand Embalmers Association, NZEA, to develop a more structured disaster response for future events with fatalities. He's led New Zealand's funeral disaster response team since 1988 and is part of the National Disaster Victim Identification Team. With International Disaster Response Organisation Blake Emergency Services, he assisted with the Kenya Airways crash in Cameroon and the downed Malaysia Airlines MH17 in eastern Ukraine. Nationally, he coordinated the funeral disaster response team following the 2011 Christchurch earthquake, the 15th of March 2019 terrorist attack, and 2019 Whakaari White Island eruption. Mr. Manning has been involved with a COVID-19 response team for FDANZ and NZEA. Mr. Simon Manning, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of an Officer of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Ms. Linda Hagan of Wellington, for services to law and the community. Linda Hagan is Executive Director of the New Zealand Law Foundation, NZLF. She encouraged innovative projects which created and built legal research capability in New Zealand. The NZLF has encouraged legal researchers to collaborate on projects with colleagues at other institutions. Under her guidance, the NZLF took on several projects of concern, including the Juries Project and the Human Genome Project, which established New Zealand at the forefront of the international legal research community. She established the International Research Fellowship, which enabled practitioners and academics to focus on research projects. She led the foundation through the Information Law and Policy Project, which led to upskilling of New Zealand lawyers and policy makers. Ms. Hagan was chair of the Wellington Girls College Board and Secretary General of the New Zealand Handball Federation. Ms. Linda Hagan, please come forward. Dr. Daphne Rickson of Paikakariki for services to music therapy. Dr. Daphne Rickson is a registered music therapist. She lectured and helped initiate a music therapy master's program at the New Zealand School of Music at Victoria University of Wellington. She was council chair and president of Music Therapy New Zealand. She helped review the organisation's standards of practice and, following the 2019 terrorist attack, helped develop its Aotearoa Crisis Intervention Working Group. She is Australasian Regional Liaison for the World Federation of Music Therapy Council. She achieved New Zealand's first PhD in music therapy, focusing on people with complex needs and enabling marginalised people to use music resources to increase their community participation. She has researched singing for well-being in post-earthquake Christchurch. Dr. Rickson co-authored the book Creating Music Cultures in the Schools, a perspective from community music therapy. Dr. Daphne Rickson, please come forward. Ms. Lisa Walker of Wellington for services as a jeweller. Lisa Walker is a contemporary jeweller who's exhibited internationally for over more than 30 years and is recognised for bold and innovative works and for pushing boundaries in the art form. She has had a significant influence on contemporary jewellery in New Zealand and internationally, and her works are held in numerous public and private collections, both nationally and overseas. Te Papa Tongarewa staged a 30-year survey of her work, Lisa Walker, I Want to Go to My Bedroom, But I Can't Be Bothered, which also toured to Australia, Germany, and the Netherlands. She's been selected for the prestigious group exhibition Schmuck, the world's premier exhibition for contemporary jewellery, on 9 occasions. Ms. Walker has been committed to producing artistic books, helping disseminate knowledge in her field. Ms. Lisa Walker, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the insignia of a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit, Mrs. Maha Galal of Christchurch, for services to the Muslim community. Maha Galal has worked to support the Christchurch Muslim community following the 15th of March 2019 terrorist attack. She volunteered her assistance to Christchurch Resettlement Services, leading to her employment with the organisation. She initiated an empowerment project which supports victims and families to find their way forward in a practical way. She has made herself available to clients at all hours. She has supported widows with property matters. She's represented the Muslim community at meetings with NGOs, support agencies, and government ministries. She has organised formal celebrations and social gatherings. Mrs. Galal is a member of the Collective Impact Board established following the March 15th Royal Commission report. Mrs. Maha Galal, please come forward. Mr. Brian Hawkins for services to agriculture and the rural community. Brian Hawkins has had a farming career of more than 50 years. He was president of Taranaki Federated Farmers. He is councillor of Beef and Lamb New Zealand's Western North Island Farmer Council. He's advocated for farmers on several issues, including successfully opposing a proposed animal emission tax in 2003. He organises a biannual Beef and Lamb New Zealand Taranaki Big Dine-In to celebrate success and gatherings for the well-being of farmers. He is patron of the Tarata Hall Committee, president of the Tarata Sheepdog Trial Club, and chairman of the Inglewood Veterinary Group. Mr. Hawkins is known as the honorary mayor of Tarata. Mr. Brian Hawkins, please come forward. Professor Jacinta Ruru of Port Chalmers for services to Māori and the law. Professor Jacinta Ruru lectures at the University of Otago's Faculty of Law. She's published widely on Indigenous peoples' rights, interests, and responsibilities to own and care for lands and waters. She's an advocate for recognising tikanga Māori in law and decolonising the tertiary sector and has co-founded many initiatives. She co-directed Ngā Pai o Te Maramatanga, New Zealand's Māori Centre of Research. She was the first Māori professor of law and one of the first Māori women elected Fellow of the Royal Society, Te Aparangi. Professor Ruru holds ministerial appointments to Te Papa Tongarewa Museum of New Zealand Board and Ka Hui Wai Māori, the Māori Freshwater Forum. Professor Jacinta Ruru, please come forward. Your Excellency, to receive the Queen's Service Medal, Mr. Craig McFarlane of Papamoa for services to education and music. Mr. Craig McFarlane has taught at various schools and was Deputy Principal at Kawarau College. He was a facilitator at Northern Health School, helping students integrate back into regular school environments. He is Secretary and former President of Bay of Plenty Mathematics Association, helping teachers keep up to date with changes to mathematics teaching. He organises the annual Maths Mind competition for Year 9 and 10 students. He's been involved with school and community bands and orchestras as musician and tutor. Mr. McFarlane has been President and Secretary of the Eastern Bay of Plenty Brass Band. Mr. Craig McFarlane, please come forward. Your Excellency, the investiture has concluded.
Well, my warm congratulations to all the recipients. New Zealand's honours system is our highest public affirmation of outstanding individual achievement. It reinforces those things that make our society better: service, manaakitanga, and the pursuit of excellence. To our recipients, it has been such a privilege to hear your stories. You have each used your talents and abilities to improve the lives of your fellow New Zealanders. In doing so, you embody the sentiments expressed by John Wesley when he said, "Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can." I urge recipients to wear your insignia with pride at every opportunity, knowing that you inspire others by your example. On behalf of the King of New Zealand, King Charles III, and all New Zealanders, I congratulate you on your achievements, and I thank you once again for your service to our country. And before I finish, I'd just also like to acknowledge the family and friends who are here today. This is very much your day as well. I know the recipients could not have achieved all that they have without your love and support. I and all of New Zealand thank you for that. Kia ora tātou katoa. Now, you will see on the back of your program the words to the national anthem in both Te Reo Māori and English. I invite you to stand with me and join in singing the anthem.